So 4.3, using inequality. So instead of an equal sign, we're going to use the greater, less than, greater or equal to, or less than or equal to signs. So when you see a sign that says speed limit is 55, you can use a variable to represent your speed, and then less than or equal to 55 like this. Height restriction, same idea. So height, you must be at least 102, so its height is greater or equal to 102. You don't need to write units for inequalities. And then here, store at temperature below 4 degrees. So below 4 means less than or equal to 4. This one, don't worry about it because you can't see the picture. Example 2 right here, what you want to do first is draw the number line for b greater or equal to -4. So on the number line, I don't need every single number, but if you do, negatives are on the left side, positives on the right side, so -4 is right here. Since this is greater or equal to, it's a solid dot, and then greater means going to the right, so anything to the right of it. So in this case, you can see -8 is not part of the arrow. -3.5 right here is. -4 is because it's a solid circle. -4.5 is not, it's just outside of it. And 0, yes it is, it's on the right to it. Example 3. Okay, example 3. For each of these, draw the number line and then give me 4 numbers. We did the example yesterday. So as I said, you don't need to write every single number. So a number line that looks something like this is perfectly fine. So show me where 0 is, and then -5. And since this is only greater than, that's why it's a hollow circle. You'll still have the arrow going to the right because it's greater. This one is less than. So that's why it's to the left. You're pointing to the left side. X is less than or equal to -2. So going this side. Notice right here, the T is on the left side and then the X is on the right side. It doesn't matter which side it's on. How you want to read it is read from the variable. So here I would read it as X is less than -2. Right? And then here I would read it as A is greater or equal to 0.5. Right? This last one right here, this one, the tricky one, I think I went over it with this class, but the bell rang, so I'll go over it again really quickly. So -25/3. Oh, actually, I made a mistake here. Okay. -25 divided by 3. If you do it on your calculator, you'll get -8.333. Okay, so let me fix my number line first. Okay. Like this. So let's say this is 0 right here. You're skipping a bunch of numbers, and this is -7. Okay. Because the denominator is 3, what you want to do is divide this between each number into 3 parts. So 1 part, 2 part, 3 part. 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts. So, sorry, my hand was blocking it. Okay, so you have like 1 section right here. Oops. 1 section right here, 2 section right here, 3 section right here. 1 section, 2 section, 3 section between every number. And so -25/3, as we know, using our calculator, is -8 1/3. So negative is between -8 and -9, -8 and 1/3. So it's right here. There's your open circle with your arrow pointing to the left, since it's P is less than. Okay. You can even write, if you want to be fancy, -8 and 2/3. Okay. Okay, so that was section 4.3. We went over it yesterday, so if there's any questions about 4.3, let me know. Section 4.4 is, oh, actually, sorry. Let me write down what's the homework. The homework for section 4.3 was this right here. It was page 6, number 3 to, what did I assign you guys? 3 to 13?
Yeah.
13. Okay, so for section 4.3, that was the homework. Okay. For some of these, if you feel that it's repetitive, you can skip. Okay, you can skip some of them. So I would say like maybe just do 2 of each question, each of these questions. That would be fine. Okay, and then if you want to take it further, definitely try 14, 15, and 16. Okay, as the extra questions. Okay, section 4.4, today's lesson, solving an inequality. So it's basically this combining what we learned for the last 2 days, solving equations and writing inequalities put together. So you're solving inequality. Okay, so solve this. Okay, let me zoom this in a little more. Okay, so we're on page 7 right now. Make sure you're copying this down. So treat this like an equal sign. That's all it is. Okay, if this was an equal sign, what would you move over to the left? Yep. Not the.
Oh, it's the X.
No. The sign in front of the number goes with it. So yeah. So I know what you meant, but yes. So you would move that negative 4.5 over, and then it becomes positive 4.5. Right? So 6.2 plus 4.5. And then instead of an equal sign, I do this less than or equal to sign. Right? So 6.2 plus 4.5, 10.7. Okay. And then when it says certified the solution, certified just means if what's a number? And so let's say this is part A right here. We solved it. Part B, certified the solution. So x is greater or equal to 10.7. What's a number that's greater than 10.7? Nicole? Bigger number. So do a bigger number, easy number. Do an easy number. Yeah. 12. Yeah, good. Okay, so what if x is 12? Does it work? So 12 minus 4.5 is 7.5. And 7.5 is definitely greater or equal to 6.2. So I know my answer is correct. Sometimes people get the sign wrong, and so this check is actually very helpful. Because let's say I had my sign wrong, and then I got that it was x is less than or equal to that. So then I can choose a number like 0, for example. And then when I do the check, I'll realize that, oh wait, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's how you can check. C, when it says graph the solution, because we're only dealing with the one variable, it just means number line. Later on, we will do inequalities with x and y, then it's on a grid. Okay, so right now with one variable, this is just a number line. Okay, so 10.7, x is greater than 10.7, so 10.7 right here, and then x is greater, so going to the right. Okay. I should have put a 0 and then like 20, something like that. Yeah, okay, I can 0. Okay. On the test, if you were to do a number line for me, I want to at least see where 0 is. Okay, so just two numbers. If you give me two numbers like this, then it's good enough. I just need to know if you know where the 0 is on the number line. Okay. Example 2. Can somebody read this example for me? Okay, Armin?
Jake plans to board his dog while he is away on vacation. Boarding house A charges $90 plus $5 per day. Boarding house B charges $100 plus $4 per day. For how many days must Jake board his dog for boarding house A to be less expensive than boarding house B?
Okay, perfect. So A, choose a variable and write an inequality that can be used to represent this problem. So for boarding house A, what's my expression? $90 and $5 per day. Yep.
90 plus 5D.
Good. Okay. The per day part tells you that this is where I should put my variable. Just like the previous example that we did with the pizza topping. Okay. What about for B? In that case, then this would be, yeah, Aisha? 100 plus 4D. Perfect. Okay, I want A to be less expensive. Okay, I want A to be less expensive. So, how do I write the equation? So in the other one, what we did was we set it to like when, most of the time we will say like when would the two houses charge the same, right? And then we would use the equal sign. This, exactly the same thing, but just we're using the less than or equal to symbol. Okay. So when will A be less expensive than B? Okay, so if we write it, we can 90 plus 5D less than 100 plus 4D. Okay. Oh, sorry, let me move this up. Okay, like this. I want less than. And so that's why it's only a less than symbol and not less than or equal to. Okay. And then now just solve it regularly. Move this to the left. Move the 90 to the right. So 5D minus 4D, you get 1D or just D. And then 90 minus 100 minus 90, you get 10. Okay. And there you go. Okay. So what is my answer? If I just write this, it's not a good enough answer because this is a word problem. Days, right. So since we don't write units for inequality, you can write a therefore statement. Therefore, for less than 10 days, house A is cheaper. Okay. And then again, for part C, the number line, so 0, 10, and then because it's less than, just do the hollow circle with the number line going to the left. Okay. Okay, what's a number less than 10? Any number? 6. Okay, so plug it in here. Even better, 0, because it's easier. So if, let's say you put in 0 in here and 0 in here, 90 is less than 100. So I know I did it correctly.
Wow.
Yeah. Why do math hard when you can choose the easy way? Okay, so that's it for today's lesson. And then on Monday, you guys will do the harder type of inequalities. Okay, so for homework, okay, page 7 and 8. Page 7 and 8, number 4. Okay, 4 to 14, even questions only. Yeah. All right, and if you want to if you want more practice, you can do all the questions in between, and then if you want the challenge, it will be number 15 and 16. All right, so if you want more practice, then do all. If you want challenge, then number 15 and 16 as well. Okay, so that's it. 16-minute video, and we covered 2 sections, 4.3 and 4.4. Any questions?